Hi, welcome and thank you so much for being here. We're gonna do a timeless and collective reading. So whenever this reading finds its way to you is the right time. Keep in mind, it's a general reading, so see what signs, symbols, messages, and energies resonate for you in your particular situation. Hopefully help bring you some clarity on whatever you're wondering. It could broaden your perspective, narrow your focus, help you see something with fresh eyes. In a new way, in a new light. In the end, always trust yourself. That divine inner guidance is inside of you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so that your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with the Moonology. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ Consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. Opening message of advice, wisdom, and insight, please and thank you. Believe in the impossible. I do think you have a miracle that's going to come in, but you have to believe that it's possible, or that something even bigger and better and brighter and more grand than what you thought you wanted is possible too. You have to have that inner faith that the outer divine connections will kind of merge together in a beautiful harmony. It's a blue moon. Maybe something's going to happen that happens only once in a blue moon, but I do see that something is gonna happen for you. It's gonna feel like an incredible event, a change in events, a change in the weather, a change in your life that you've been, I get praying for, hoping for. Maybe it's about you changing your mindset on something, believing that something is possible. There is a way through, around, over, under, sideways, backways, whatever it is. There is a way that maybe you didn't see that you can get through or to something. So let's see. Let's go to the numerology. What is a numerology message on believe in the impossible? Message, please, and thank you. Individuality. This is also a number 11. So I just get that this is a really independent energy. So maybe this is something that only you know about right now. Individuality makes me think of being really unique, freedom, flexibility. It's a master number with the 11, but that brings you back to the 2, which is the High Priestess. I'm also getting, I don't know why I see different personalities. Maybe people have differences of opinions around you, but I see like an orb or like a ball of energy. So I see you being the one, maybe the one individual that can bring a grounded energy or a smoothing over kind of energy amongst different personalities. I hope that makes sense. So it might be somebody who, I see that ball and then I see a lot of energy outside the ball, which feels like uncomfortable energy. So I see that if you were either in an environment or, some kind of partnership or something like that, and somebody's energy is always kind of outside that ball of being comfortable, I feel like you have changed something about how you see something or perceive something, or maybe just your energy overall, where you can kind of subdued an energy almost like into a peaceful, harmonic state. And if you are in any partnerships or areas, that could just be environments where that energy is always outside that field of feeling comfortable, I see you taking your beautiful, comfortable, beautiful ball of energy and going somewhere else and almost just not dealing with that anymore. If it's nothing that changes. But if you see changes and you see something kind of starting to, be more graceful as far as a connection that you have with it, that person or that environment, then I see you being the one that can make those changes. But if you don't see any changes that happen, you need to be the one to change. I don't know why I see that ball of energy. So let's just continue and see what else comes through to be helpful. I sort of feel like we should do the soul truth. Maybe you connect to 11, or you have an 11 life path. I hear unique. So maybe there's something about you that's really unique, kind of stands out, but in a really good way. And I also see you seeing maybe somebody else around you as an individual, like kind of unique on their own, like kind of, I want to say really like the black sheep, but not a follower kind of energy. They can, but there's still like something about somebody that sort of, it's like they're that other ball of energy, but not the weird one that goes outside the lines. It's like one that beams. I see something pulsing. Almost like I don't know, maybe it's even growing. It was really pretty though. Whereas that other energy that I saw kind of doesn't, it looks like disheveled and disharmonic. So maybe these are different individuals you are dealing with. And your dynamic around different people is different. Also, your dynamic within a day at one place can change. I see like I'm getting kind of a energy of temperance, which is finding that beautiful Goldilocks zone. So let's just say you're at work, and in the morning, everybody's like happy, they have their coffee, they're having their donuts, they're skipping to work, it's a good day, and then you have a weird meeting or get some weird customers, or energy goes a funky somehow, and it kind of funks everyone's energy all up. Either you are the one, like with that ball, that's able to sort of subdue the funk and like maybe just be an influence, a positive influence, or you take yourself out of the funk. Like take a little break, go somewhere else, pay attention to your own beautiful ball of energy, and then come back when it's right. But I do see you as being able to be flexible and maneuver either something different throughout the day, as every day is a little different, or maneuver yourself and be flexible with different dynamics or partnerships. I hope whatever I said made sense. I feel like that was a lot of different messages that came in, but it feels like your energy and other people's energy. Maybe you're having more awareness of energies and how they affect you, and not letting the weird ones affect you the same way they did. Let's get one soul's message, please and thank you. How does my body want to move today? Maybe you need to move your body. Maybe your body doesn't feel good in a certain environment, or maybe it feels really good in another. This is really nice. Maybe some of you are starting to do more exercise or squeezing some extra movement, however that is, whenever you can. I even see somebody like this at a desk with some weights. Maybe it's parking a little farther away from the store, so you get a couple extra steps in, or maybe it's doing something as a routine. But I am getting that this is also a healing energy of you being more in tune with how your body feels, even energetically, in certain environments or with certain people. It's also really connecting to what your body is saying to you. So, do I have my glasses? I hope I do. I gotta pause you and find them. All right, continuing on, got my glasses. It says, when we move, we change our state and raise our vibration. So it is about your vibration. So even if you have to move out of a certain environment, do it. This is changing your vibration, having awareness of how you feel. It's also getting physical when you don't know what to do. I mean, for me, I just turn on some music and I dance. It instantly changes my energy or my funk or emotions that need to be worked through. So maybe for some of you, it's dance. It could be playing an instrument. It could be playing a sport. It could be lifting some weights. It could be just walking your dog. Some people like to be like like do meditation that's very gentle. So it could even be yoga or some form of like yin yoga. But some people need to be active and do something like active meditation. This new elevated state becomes a channel for more energy. It opens you up to bigger possibilities and your batteries being turned on energetically. Are you moving your body daily, or are you kind of lethargic? Do you have to sit at a desk all day, you know, and then you're kind of tired? Maybe there's something you can squeeze in somewhere that can give you a little extra boost of endorphins. I don't think you have to do like really hardcore like kickboxing or hit workout, but for some of you, maybe you do. Maybe you do a really big workout and that's really good for you. It's your body. So you have to be in tune with what you like to do. Also, anything that you do with your body, you have to enjoy it. You know, if you sign up for a class at the gym and, you know, it's like, what is that? Rumba or Samba, or I don't know what it is, that dancing thing. And you're not really into it, you're not going to follow through with it if you're not enjoying yourself. You know, maybe you try to lift weights, but you really like to roller skate, or you like to swim, or you just like to, like, maybe you don't even like to do much, but you really enjoy being by the water. So maybe it's walking down the beach, walking on the boardwalk if you like to people watch, or even walking around a mall or your city. Window shopping. But it's doing something that you enjoy, because then you continue to do it because there's joy in it for you. So if you're not happy with what you're doing and it bores you, switch it up. Try something else. See what else you can do and try something until something feels like, that's really fun. You might find something and stick with it, and that's your thing. And for others of you, you might need to keep switching it up. Keep throwing in that monkey wrench to keep it interesting for you, so you never know quite what to expect. Are you passionate about it? Yeah. Is it time to try something new? If you're not passionate about what you're doing it and you're just going through the motions, switch something up on purpose, for yourself. Today's soul's action is, how does your body want to move today? How does it want to move today? You might want to relax. Maybe tomorrow it wants to run a marathon. Maybe the next day it wants to go up a mountain. Maybe the next day, I don't know. I just see somebody like walking around the grocery store lifting a bottle of milk. That's a really weird thing to see. You got to squeeze in the weights by walking around the grocery store doing like some some arm moves. Do it. But listen and joyfully do. I see somebody doing that. like other people in the grocery store looking around like, are they lifting weights with the milk jugs? Like, some people might think they're really weird, and I think some people might be like, hey, that's a really good idea. I didn't lift my weights today. Like, maybe they're secretly going out to their car and like look around, they're like lifting their groceries like this, like, hey, that was a really good idea. Maybe we'll just get a couple reps in there. So, all right, let's see what else is going on. Let's do an animal. Spirit animal for you guys. What is a spirit animal? Energy and message to help the collective right now. I mean, that would be someone who has like a lot of individuality. I am getting that you might, I don't think it's maybe that necessarily specific of an example for all of you, but I do see you doing something that maybe other people look around, they're like, what are they doing? But then you sort of inspire people. I don't even know if maybe you're just like, what is that, like a relay race where you go to the cone, you go to the other cone? I see somebody like doing that in a dog park, or maybe doing squats somewhere sort of weird, like, I have a thing, I'm gonna just do my squats right here. I just sort of see like somebody not giving a shit where they are, that they're doing their thing, and other people, like half the people looking over be like, what the heck is that person doing? And then the other half are like, that's a really good idea. like look at them, like, do you. So I'm not sure what that is, but I think it's individual to you. Or maybe you see somebody that's kind of doing something a little bit weird or a little bit unusual, and maybe that's your little like signal, like, oh, that, you know, I heard that I was going to see somebody doing something a little bit weird. Maybe that's my inspiration that I need to do something a little bit different. That was kind of a unique message that came through. Now I just see somebody doing squats. All right, let's see. One animal message, please, and thank you. Oh, a panda. What a beautiful animal. It's number 69. So maybe you connect to pandas. I feel like this is a really unusual energy, but I feel like it maybe connects to you and others. It feels like harmony and strength at the same time. I am getting like nourishment with that. I'm not 100% sure if I'm right, but for some reason the or maybe that's the koala, I think of eucalyptus. Either way, I thought of eucalyptus. So maybe it has to do maybe that needed to come through for that message. I feel like that has to do with scent. So maybe for some of you, it's having like some essential oils or something like that. I just go with the messages as they come through. Let's see, number 69. Let's see if I can find it. Is cherish the present. The panda, I just thought of the Madonna song. The panda, a tranquil guardian from the east, exemplifies inner stillness, balance, and gentleness. Represents both light and shadow. That's nice. That's like that temperance kind of energy. Embracing everything. Oh, and look at it. It's embracing its energy. So you are embracing energies, maybe different energies, also the different energies that come about in you throughout the day or throughout different situations and in different partnerships. Maybe this is even facing the shadow side of you or someone else. Once you face it and you see it, you change its power over you and you make it powerful for you. It's finding solace in the present moment and learning the importance of maintaining equilibrium in life. The yin, the yang, the positive, the negative, the as above, so below, as within, so without. It's all of that balance together. So you are finding that center point, that in the energy circle. I'm getting a big balance between your masculine and your feminine too, or a masculine and a feminine. Knowing when to pursue and put energy into something and when to let something go, have that nurturing energy around you, but allow something to come to you. Let's do, I wasn't going to use these, but I keep looking over at this particular deck, and for some reason I feel like it's twinkling. So let's go with the twinkle, and then we'll jump into the tarot. This is the I Don't Care Oracle. What is an I Don't Care message on moving your body, individuality, believing the impossible, and number 69, the panda. One message, please, and thank you. Hi, Rose. What is this? What's happening? Cool. Relax. Everything is fine. So you have a lot of messages that are telling you to find that balance between working a lot or moving a lot or doing a lot and letting yourself do nothing and relax. It's also a balanced energy. It's a little like the Hanged Man, but she looks like she's like really enjoying it and there's nothing really tying her up. I feel like you're also protected here. Cool, relax, everything is fine. Maybe you're worried about something, or you know, worried about how something would turn out, worrying about if you can take a day off even. I'm also getting that if you were putting a lot of intention into what is going on outside that sphere of influence that you have, and you're creating any kind of worry, scenario land, or overthinking, you just let it go. If you let it go, let go, let God, bring that energy back to you, find your center, things are going to turn out how they turn out, but you can't handle the situation until you're actually in it and in the now. Cool. Relax. Everything is fine. I do see that something is going to come through for you. If you were worried about something, it will actually relax your energy. I get that you're going to get some clarity or communication. Or I hear an outcome. Maybe an outcome comes through. Or a solution to something, and it kind of like chillaxes your energy a little. I'm almost even seeing you like, oh my gosh, I was worried about that the whole time. I didn't even have to worry about that. So you're kind of looking back and thinking about how much energy was wasted, that you could have done something else, about over worrying about something that was fine the whole time. But that can be an annoying energy if you just don't have all the information. So if that is something you are waiting to hear about, maybe just take yourself into your own energy, what you can do. Maybe that's why moving your body is going to be healing or helpful to you. Maybe that's also going to help you relax a little bit easier at the end of the night. Restore your batteries, sleep better. I guess we're getting another message from this because I am auto shuffling. So what is another helpful message for the collective? Please and thank you. Better alone than in bad company. Well, and you have do what you love here. So you have two messages that say, what are you passionate about? Do you need to try something new? And you really having the connection or desire to be in an elevated state to channel your energy differently. And here it is telling you, if you start by doing what you love, that's your beginning. That's the same message. Play the ukulele, dancing, reading, drawing, discovering something about some information or some subject you really love, exploring a certain environment, going out and trying new foods, cooking new foods if you like to cook. Maybe you knit, maybe you sew, maybe you do woodworking, maybe you love to work on a car, maybe you love to even be with a certain person because your conversations are just kind of amazeballs. It's being in the environments and around the people that you love, and if those environments are not around you, it's starting by you doing what you love as an individual, by yourself, on your own time. It doesn't always have to be in a group setting. It can be something that you do on your own. I feel like my music got really loud all of a sudden. So it does kind of look like, I don't know, all these people are doing something individual. But for some of you, you might be doing something with others. But it's not this. It's, you know, the message is, if, you know, better alone. So if your company is bad, is that a band? I don't know what songs they sing. I think that's a band. And it's that weird vibration thing. Sometimes it's like, and that's always affecting you and pulling you and prodding you and pushing you and poking you and draining you and straining you, and that's all around you. You have to be the one to make those changes. Maybe you weren't somebody who wanted to go out to dinner on your own, or sign up for a class by yourself, go back to school again, or even learn how to play the ukulele online. Maybe you always thought you had to have a teacher. Maybe you don't groove with any teachers. Maybe you're better at learning something on your own. So I do see for some of you, you kind of doing something on your own, having some new standards for yourself, having your own little thing going on. But I do see for others of you, you changing the company that you keep, or who you spend your time with, or where the environment your energy is placed in, into an environment where you kind of love being there. You get excited about being in that space or with that person. But sometimes that is not open and accessible to you without you making those changes or leaving something behind that's not working. I just thought, I know this is a tiger, but I just thought of the lion sleeps tonight. So let's do a couple tarot. Let's see what's going on. Let's get some more clarity for you guys on the energy. Please and thank you. What is the foundational energy for the collective right now to help with this individual energy, balance, and harmony overall in your life? Relaxing something, revving something else up, believing in the impossible, and doing what you love. That you have fortune on your side, and that this wheel is spinning, and it's all about how you handle the changes when they come. Find your center. It's almost like I see this as like one spoke that doesn't even turn. It's just solid and stable, watching everything else turn around it. Sometimes the destiny or wheel of fortune call comes in, and it's destiny really coming on your side. The universe is helping you out. Spin something that was stuck in the mud before. Feeling at the top of your game. Having a miracle come out of nowhere. When you felt like everything was against you before, all of a sudden you see how anything against you pushed you in the right direction. Got you out of a situation. Helped you to have some growth. And now you see even that as a blessing. So sometimes that destiny wheel does give you a little pusheroo to get you somewhere else that you're supposed to be, to get you out of an old book or a karmic cycle that you're not supposed to be in anymore. This is getting you into a new cycle, a new rhythm, a new vibration. It does look like it's moving. But this wheel is always going to spin. So it's really taking these opportunities when you're at the top and you can see something from an elevated perspective and you know what you have to do, zooming in, grounding it, and taking, I hear not taking something for granted when it's there. It was sort of interesting to see with the Wheel of Fortune. Maybe you missed your opportunity in the past. Maybe you don't want to miss it again. It's number 10. It usually means fortune is on your side. It's pushing you onto the right path. But sometimes you got to go off the beaten path or down the wrong way to go the weird direction to get you where you never would have seen before. Clarity on 10, the Wheel of Fortune. This is also a big Jupiter energy. So Jupiter is a planet of expansion. I always see it as your little lucky planet. Maybe look at where you have Jupiter placed in your birth chart. I always feel like wherever you have your Jupiter is like your little luck planet. Like no matter what else might go weird in your life, you always kind of get a little bit of lucky energy in that area depending on what house Jupiter is in and under what sign. Clarity on fortune. Please and thank you. Oh, wow. You have the Two of Cups. So maybe something that you never believed was possible after you have some beautiful individual time alone or like by yourself, self-growth, self-love. You're connecting to somebody else who has been doing the same. Or something's coming back around to restore a partnership back to harmony. But this could be this way. If this is you recognizing that somebody was not the right energetic company. Maybe now, maybe they were in the past. People change. You can still vibrate differently and then just kind of disconnect. But do you stay in the disconnection to make new connections and connect deeper in yourself? Or do you stay where it's always like that energy that's outside that beautiful ball? So it is, for some cases, releasing something that just wasn't feeling like it was fulfilling you anymore, or fulfilling someone else. I do see like you are, some of you, maybe if you wanted to hold on to somebody, you are maybe letting someone go. They come back around that was meant to be. But I see this as the most beautiful card. And generally, with this energy and this miracle coming in, this is somebody that you are going to be relaxed around. You're going to feel like yourself with. You're going to sleep good together. Maybe you even do things like work out together. This is that balance in the yin-yang harmony, masculine and feminine, no matter what the genders are. This is where two people come together with a full cup, or with the idea that they are really in it to fill each other's cup up and their own at the same time. It's not somebody else coming in, filling up your cup, emptying it out. One person has a full cup and now one person doesn't because they're overgiving. This is reciprocal. It's this beautiful fountain. It's like koi fish in a fountain that is overflowing with magical spiritual light. Even though it's water and it's emotions, this is an emotional situation that uplifts you. You feel good in this partnership, whatever it is. It feels like a blessing. It feels like a miracle. It feels like a divine partnership. It's usually when somebody is making the choice to love you too. Because I always see the Two of Cups as two people making the choice to be together, to try, to get to where they can turn to another chapter and be like that lotus that just blossoms. But it looks like this lotuses come out of the muck. They come out of like a muddy, weird situation. It's not hard. And then this beautiful, strong flower comes up into the sunshine and blossoms. So maybe you and someone else has kind of come out of the murky waters or a muddy situation, and now you're both illuminating this beautiful light that's just recirculating itself, like by default, by divine default. So let's see. Maybe some of you have not had a relationship in a long time, and that comes out of nowhere. Maybe for some of you, you are always in a relationship. You jump from one relationship to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, and your sense of individuality, whether you were in partnerships that could have been very harmony, or some that maybe weren't, you still maybe never got to tap into what your own individuality is and would be without having another person there. How would you paint the wall colors if you didn't have to ask somebody? Or where would you go out to eat if there were no friends that day or a person that you could call up? Where would you choose to go? What would you order? Would you order something different? Or, I'm even getting the way you dress. But I think there's different groups of you. For some of you, you're going from being single to not. For some of you, you're going from maybe always being in a partnership to having some time on your own where you feel pretty good about it. And it's going to take your vibration to a different place. So even if you still want to be in a beautiful partnership, the next dynamic, I hear the dynamic duo that you are going to be with isn't going to be like anything from the past. It's not going to be a repeat pattern. It's probably going to be somebody very different. Maybe somebody really unexpected. And if any of you are already with your honey or with somebody, this is something happening in both of your lives where you feel like, I don't know, something just feels magical in your energy together. So I do see something is happening outside of your partnership that feels like a very big blessing that has come into your life. Clarity on the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Cups, please. Oh, yeah. Wow. You have the Two of Cups and the Lovers. and death. So all of those messages that I just said remain true. It's just now at a bigger dynamic, because you do have outside influences and sources and help and divine everything being orchestrated to help you with whatever next chapter you have for you, where you are. And you know what that is, what this is resonating inside of you. And if this doesn't resonate, it could be for somebody else. But I feel like for most of you watching, there's something in this that is gonna kind of give a little catalyst. Like you feel like that was the message I needed to hear. And that was sound. I think that was my sound. I think it's going through different sounds. The frogs sort of like freak me out a little. Maybe you have frogs at night where you live. But now you have 3 big major arcana energies. These are big. You have the Wheel of Fortune, you have Death, and you have the Lovers. And it's balanced and bridged by the beautiful 2 of Cups. So for some of you, this is you having to release energies that are bad company, bad vibrations, crappy energy in your world. Whether that's where you work, people you hang out with, a person in your life. What you're doing with your energy that doesn't feel good. And this is you knowing there is something that is done. When death comes, it's no mas. It's not coming back. It's not ever going to be the same. But this is you choosing to go with those changes, to have elevation, to have transformation. This is complete transfiguration. You're shedding an old skin and you're growing brand new spiritual wings. You're not going to crawl back in that old gross skin. It doesn't fit you anymore. It doesn't suit you anymore. It's done. It's an old chapter. Upside down, this is releasing, not releasing something, holding on to something so tight and it's gone. It's like, you know, you try to hold on to something, you think it's solid, and it's just like water that falls through your hands. You can't hold on to it because it's not there. It's not that ever-flowing fountain. It's like the hole is in the glass. Do you keep trying to fill up the glass with the hole in it? It's just going to keep like draining away or draining you. Once you have the recognition that something needs to change, that there is a chance here to thrive. This is such a beautiful card. People are so scared of the death card, but it's gorgeous because it's transformation here, now, in your life. That's what it means. To do something different. To really put an old book away, and you're a new person now in that new book. Even if your environment is the same, your partnership is the same. Maybe everything is different. But what has to be different is you. And once I'm getting one, look at all these strings held on to all these little situations. It could even just be releasing your past. Releasing your hold on things that were crappy that happened to you, or bad chapters, or bad relationships, or things that didn't work out, or when you weren't at the top of your game. If you have all of those energetic strings attached to that, or even so many energetic strings attached to particular outcomes of what you want your future to be, what if it doesn't turn out like that? What if it's better? Or what if there's something just totally different you didn't even think about because you haven't gotten into that little bubble of reality yet? It's like they're all different timelines waiting for you. But each one is going to be a surprise when you get there, even if you can kind of have a hint and foresee it. Keep those hints. Keep those little outlines, those little blueprints of what you wish and hope for and desire, so you can manifest, but don't hold something together so tightly with those strings. Cut that shit. If this is a person, here, it's not having strings on a person. It's not having a hold on anybody feeling. I feel like we've gone from the beach to the to the middle of the jungle to whatever. I guess I have this on some rotation, but hey, it's cool. It's giving different energies today. This Lovers is so beautiful. It's also, interestingly enough, I love this because I love that it is the dark and the light energy, the yin and the yang. it's different ethnicities as well within this, but the different facets of who we are, whether that's maybe somebody's a different ethnicity from you, or a different background from you, or the same but totally different beliefs. There's always some kind of differences here. She hears that bird. I think I need to switch this one. I think this one might be, hold on, I'll find something else. I think that one may have caused Rose to be a little loud. We're gonna go to the beautiful ocean waves now. This always has this angel or this hand of God here, because if this is a divine union, it's a divine partnership, and it was meant to be from a soul level to where you grow and meet, or however this evolves from something being birthed to maturity. You have this protection and this nudge to be in the right partnership, to be with the right person you are meant to be with where you are in your life now, or in the future, or even in the past. But we change throughout our lives. Sometimes you grow together, mature together, and sometimes you don't. But there's no strings attached here by the universe or God or the angel. It's just love. It's a blessed union, but there's free will here. Some people follow their hearts and some people don't. Some people live in their truth and some people put on a mask. And that's always going to be something inside of them that feels a little empty. But Cupid is putting its little arrow here, giving you a little help. This is a Gemini card, the Lovers. This is a Scorpio card. I like that it's the balance between, there's also a little bit of Scorpio and Leo energy in this one too. I think that's a, it makes me think of what's the lion and the eagle? I think that's a Gryffin. Maybe you connect to a Gryffin. But no matter how different these people are, how different someone is, or alike, it's the vibrational match that matters. It's the choice to come together. And if this is upside down, I see that as not allowing somebody the choice, or holding on to all those strings, which wouldn't feel like a freedom or a partnership. It's a push. Upright, this is a big choice that someone else has to make that involves your heart. You have that message to do what you love, pursue what you love, pursue what makes you passionate. Do what you love. I think this is a big choice, but it's either the choice to have freedom in a situation, the choice to allow somebody freedom in a situation, or the freedom for both of you to choose and come together and build something together. In which case it would be a pretty big, beautiful, fortunate blessing in both of your lives. It would be a path where your destinies are both in an individual place, but working together in harmony, so you still have, almost like you have your individual goals, but there's certain goals that cross, that you're working together to achieve. And you have your own thing, and there's other things you're crossing to achieve together. But you're still both moving in the same direction and vibration, and working together to bring each other strength, to bring each other support, to help lift you up if either of you are down. But it has to always be like this. If somebody's a ball of sunshine one day, maybe they can bring some energy to another person that has a little bit of a rain cloud, and that changes another day. but it's never somebody completely being there because that's your happiness. That's too much damn pressure on somebody else. And it's you choosing to be happy as much as you can. Every day is different on your own. And even if somebody isn't exactly at that place energetically, and that's where you are, I see somebody matching your vibration. So if they were around, if this is anybody new or somebody in your life, and their energies were wackadoo bad company, fights all the time, maybe they were powerful like a lion, but they just wanted to go to sleep and not even be here. And if that's the energy they were used to, and your energy is this beautiful, loving place where you have the strength to let stuff go when it doesn't matter, you have the strength to offer forgiveness and release on even being hurt, to take anything that happened and threw you in the mud and make it a strength, and to see your life like that where nothing can keep you down. You take everything to elevate yourself, to catapult yourself to growth. Then by divine default, you're going to probably have somebody around you somewhere that is going to, probably just because of your energy, end up matching you to see things a different way than maybe they ever got to see it before. But however fast or slow that happens, it's freedom that it grows in proper timing and when ready. I hope that made sense for you guys. I'm not exactly sure what came through in this reading. Sometimes I don't really know what I say or how the messages come through, but I felt like this one was, it kind of had a beautiful energy. I felt like it was a lot of energy. I felt energy in this reading. This is, first and foremost, living. Sometimes the light at the end of the tunnel, whether you're in the beginning of the tunnel, the middle of the tunnel, or stepping into the light, it's being where you are and choosing to thrive, choosing to live, choosing to see the blessings, choosing to see things through a different spectrum. What do you get to do today? Let's do one more message from the universe. One more message for you guys. Please and thank you. Hope is a conduit for, here's your first card, miracles. Keep that hope. With this, I bid you adieu. I hope you have a beautiful evening, morning, day, night. Thank you so much for being here with me. I feel so blessed to be here with all of you. And with that, I will see you soon.